First quarter sort of made it hard to sort of come back from, or at least you were still there in the final term?
Yeah, it did. I mean, we didn't start the way we liked to the first quarter and probably 10 minutes of the second. Thought our effort after that was pretty good, but we just didn't start the way we'd like to. And in the contested ball and just the general hit around the contest, we probably weren't where we'd like to be in that first quarter and sort of chasing our tail. But I thought we fought the game out pretty well after that. And that last quarter had a real go and had a crack and tried to win the game, which is good.
Is that why the dressing room sort of isn't too flat? Because even though you lost the game, you were right there and were able to fight back into it?
Oh, we had a go. I mean, our blokes, they wanted to win, which is, you can't knock them for that. I mean, there's a few execution things wrong and we didn't get quite right. And I thought early in the game, obviously, as I said, that we didn't have the hit that we did. But the longer the game went, and the want to win or the will to win was there, which is a real positive. Can't knock them for that.
How many of you left out 5 of your best players? How many of those do you expect back next week?
Pretty close to all of them, I hope. It's certainly would expect them all to train this week and have a full training week ready to go next week. And as it sits, there may be one miss out of that group, but which one it is, I'm not too sure at the moment.
So was it a strategic move then, just pull them all out, given that you had sewn up a top 2 spot in the home final?
No, we wanted McGlynn and Kennedy to play, and that would have been good for them to play, but they weren't quite right. And obviously, when your medical staff talked to you on a Thursday in our last training session, and we could play, certainly Kennedy was in the boat, but not quite right. We took the option not to play him, and that's just. If we didn't want to push him, and I think we'd be a bit silly if we pushed him a bit hard at that time. And we worked hard to get into a top 2 position, really hard, to be able to make those decisions and not risk any players. And anyone that had a nickel didn't play.
How does it feel to get through the home and away season and finish top?
Oh, it's super to be able to get off to a slow start that we did, and to be able to sit here now after the end of the home and away season and going to a home final next week is what you want. But we also know the work's very much in front of us now. It's been fantastic, the home and away season after the first month, but now the work's in front of us and we look forward to that. We need to embrace it next week.
Result aside, did you feel as if that game was, I guess, in many ways the ideal hit out for a final, the intensity that it was played?
Yeah, we knew coming in it'd be red hot, which is exactly what you want, and we got that, and that's a good thing, I hope. I hope that holds us in good stead. But once again, we won't know. You've still got to go out there and do it next week, and we come back here next week and it's on again.
You've had some ding-dong battles with Freo over the last couple of years. Do you anticipate something like that again next week?
Yeah, I guess if it's definitely Freo, I guess there could be a result tomorrow. Tonight, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, so it's a bit hard to look just which one at the moment, but certainly if it's Freo, we've had some big games against Fremantle, and as we have against the Cats, so either one, and we'll sit back tonight and see which one it is.
Let's ask you about Tom Mitchell, just the year that he's had, obviously with the body and then being able to get back in late in the season, what he was able to do today.
Yeah, look, he hasn't had an ideal year as far as training and playing is concerned, and that's been the thing that's been keeping him out of the side, and even over the last month he's started to get a bit more continuous training into his body, and that's helped him. So that's been good. He's been able to come in, particularly when we've had Kennedy and McGlynn out, Bird out in the midfield group, to be able to come in and get a good go in there over the last couple of weeks, which is good for him.
What did you think of Sam Naismith's work?
He did some things that were okay. He's certainly learning. He's a big kid and he's learning the craft, and he's exposed to it tonight under pressure that's pretty hot with a team that's absolutely desperate to play in the finals, and I thought he did some things that were okay. He's got some things to get better at, but he's all right.
How is he physically? Was he sub there? Did he get a knock or something?
No, he just seized up a little bit in his back, I think, probably the last 10 minutes of just before three-quarter time. It's probably a bit more of the workload than he's used to.
Yeah. Dave Rampy did a pretty good job on Jack off. He got away early.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Dane's the beauty about Dane, he can play on the smalls and the talls, and I thought he did a good job on Rewald after that. He certainly jumped out of the blocks quickly.
Injury-wise, everybody feel okay?
I think so. Yeah, I think everyone. That's a really good sign that everyone's, I think, seems to be good, and hopefully we get a good week on the track. But we know the still got to come out and work next week, no matter who comes back in the team.
Good on you.
Thanks.